Welcome to Your Unlimited Life. I'm Carlos Marin, author of The Ultimate Success Formula, and today we got a doozy of a topic for you. Today's topic is a controversial one that flies in the face of conventional logic and traditional teaching about goal setting and achievement. For many, many years, the concept of SMART goals has been taught by countless sales trainers and success coaches. It stems back from 1961, and it really was applied in the beginning to management in large companies and so forth. Throughout the years, it has gone through an evolution and has been utilized by a lot of sales trainers and success coaches to try to get better results for their organizations and their sales teams, etc. Now, while most aspects of the SMART system are conceptually correct, in my opinion, and many others that are looking at positive psychology and the way that the mind works today, the system overall is flawed and incomplete. And my experience working with hundreds of thousands of people over the past 30 years bears this out. Now, let me explain to you why I'm saying this and all the thinking behind this. SMART is an acronym where each letter stands for an important step in setting goals effectively and correctly. So to start off with, the S stands for specific. So goals must be specific, clearly defined. The clearer, the better. Now, I teach clarity of vision as one of the 7 success principles or success secrets of millionaire entrepreneurs. In fact, it's the first one. So I totally agree with this. If you don't know where you're going, you're not going to like where you wind up. The more specific you are, the clearer that you are on your goals, on your dreams, on your objectives, the more power that they have to pull you. So, number 1, specific, totally in agreement. Number 2 is measurable. Goals must be measurable. And so what you can't measure, you can't plan. What you can't measure, you can't strategize. You can't gauge what you can't measure. So if you don't plan, you're planning to fail. And you can't plan what you can't measure. So you can't manage what you can't measure. And measurable goals is a key, because if you can't measure them, you have no earthly idea where you are in the process. So I totally agree, goals got to be measurable. Goals must be actionable. And again, I totally agree. If you can't take action on it, you can't make it a reality. You can't advance it forward. This is a pretty basic universal truth. But remember now, I teach that it has to be creative action. Creative action means productive, not just active, not just busy work. It's got to be productive. So creative action is what I call it. Totally in agreement with the formula up to this point. Now let's go to the next thing. R. R stands for realistic. And this one is my big bone of contention with this formula. You see, there's 2 types basically of people in this world: logical and creative. Now, according to various different personality types, there's 4 or there's 5 or there's whatever. But essentially, there's 2 types of people. There are logical people and creative people, right? The logical people, they're linear thinkers, and they like progress in a linear fashion. They're the kind that want to put one foot in front of the other and take baby steps and take stepping stone type of progress, right? And so they're linear thinkers, and the realistic goals kind of work for them, but I'm going to show you even where it isn't the panacea that you want it to be, even for those type of people. Now, creative people hate linear. They cannot think linear. These are big picture people. They love exponential. They're moved by grand dreams and by big accomplishments. They put the pieces together unlinearly, right? They are creative by nature, and linear goals just don't move them. Realistic goals is just, these people, sometimes they don't do good in school, right? Because they hate linear, right? And school today is taught in a linear fashion. So these 2 are not driven by the same things. For the formula to be truly effective with all people, it must suit both types. And so I'm going to tell you my thinking on this, and actually coincides with my story. So I get involved in business, and all the mentors that I had from the insurance industry first, and then in the network marketing industry secondly, all said, you've got to be realistic, you got to eat the elephant one bite at a time, you try to go too fast, Carlos. And I mean, if I think back, even my parents used to tell me that when I was little growing up, and my grandparents and everybody else. So the point is this: my mentor said, be realistic, set realistic goals. Your goals are, you want to set goals that are too big. But you see, I wasn't motivated. I didn't want to take 10 years to become a millionaire, right? I didn't want to take 20 or 30 years like they said in the insurance industry, and I didn't want to take 10, 12 or 15 like they said in the network marketing industry. I needed a compelling motive. I needed a compelling dream, right? Therefore, those realistic goals didn't move me to take action, so I procrastinated all the time until that famous seminar I told you, that leadership seminar that I went to, that I saw that young guy that had become a millionaire in 2.5 years, and I went, wow, that's what I want, right? That's what I want. And so I modeled him, I patterned my thinking after him, and I took the type of massive, productive action that he did, and 2.5 years later, I was a millionaire. And so for me, the R stands for, if you want to keep the R, it will have to stand for radical or revolutionary. But me, I'd prefer to change it. I'd prefer to change it to compelling. And instead of SMART goals, you could talk about SMACT goals. I mean, but to me, it's got to be compelling. I would change the R to a C for compelling. See, compelling goals are the ones that you love. Compelling goals are the ones that move you. Compelling goals are the ones that pull you to take action. Motivation is about a motive that compels you to take massive action, but it also drives you to master the skill and habits and abilities to attain the motive. It compels you and drives you also to discipline, to consistency. I believe that the key to a goal is that it motivates you and drives you to keep moving forward to its attainment. So for me, compelling is the key. And that's what I would change it to. The T is for time-bound or timely, depending on who you listen to. I'm pretty much in agreement with the T. I think goals have to have a time frame. You've got to have some type of a time idea. But I choose to call it time-focused, which means you set a date for its achievement, and then you focus like crazy on hitting it on that date or before. However, it's important to note, like if you read my book, The Ultimate Success Formula, you'll see that I take all of my goals and I turn them into affirmations or declarations, which I call I am declarations. See, I want to program my subconscious mind to accept things as present-day realities, which will shave a lot of time off of the achievement of those objectives. See, whatever the mind believes, as you heard about last week, is the perception and what you create in your world. Now, by the way, I end these declarations by putting this statement at the end of the declarations, all of this or something better still, which allows the universe or the wisdom of God or the mind of God to give me new and grander inspirations and even exceed my desires. So, bottom line is, regardless of whether you're a logical person and like small stepping stone realistic goals, or a creative person that's moved by grand goals, setting goals that are compelling and move you to action will always take you much further than weak, impotent goals. The reason many people don't hit their goals or get their dreams is because they have impotent goals. They have goals that don't move them to take action. So even you logical people, step it up a little bit, step it up, and make sure that your goals are compelling, that they're grand enough, that they get you to take action. That is the key to reaching and exceeding your goals. So I'd love to get your feedback on this super important and controversial topic. So please answer the 3 fun questions in the link below. This is not your typical survey. These are fun. Just answer those questions, and I will send you my special report that I've just created specifically for this purpose on how to crush it. It's called How to Crush It, which is on how to set and achieve your biggest goals with lightning speed. So Share this show with 5 people you love who you want to see succeed. Join my mission to empower millions to know their true power and greatness, be free, and live their highest vision in life. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share it with others. Watch all these shows free in one central location every week at youtube.com, Carlos Marin TV. And until next week, live your unlimited life, and God bless.